Welcome back to 50 Plus Gardening. I've got 7 plants that I need to get out in the garden. I'll show you a new trick that'll get you down to the ground a little easier, and it's a little easier on your knees. So let's get started. Look what I found, okay? Remember we were at Lowe's? Here's what I found to take home. This is the find that I got at Lowe's. Big discounts. November is a great time to go to your garden centers, Lowe's, Home Depot, anywhere that's around that you normally go to. Check them out because these were 75% off. Let me show you what I got. Okay, this first plant, Golden Euonymus. Now this is a big plant, but I believe it's going to be evergreen in my zone. You see the zone. It says zone 6, so this should be really good. And it says 10 feet tall by 5 feet wide. Okay, I've never seen this that big, and I'll probably trim it and not make it get that big, but plants don't really stop growing, so this could get bigger if I just didn't touch it. So pay attention to the height if you if you want that height. 10 feet sounds like an awful lot to me, but I've seen these in other places. If you trim this down, or if you're edging it more like a boxwood, it'll stay tame, but I'm gonna try it. I've seen these a lot, and I've never got one, but dude, $2. Okay, that was the discount. All right, this beast is called Mr. Bowling Ball Arborvitae. So this will be circular. Now let me see the height of this. 24 by 30 inches. Okay, this is perfect. So he's almost as big as he's gonna get. He'll get just a little bit bigger. But let me tell you, even if they say 30 inches, I never believe that, because I've had plants that if you never touch them, it never stops growing. They just keep going and going and going. And I've had things that say 3 feet and they went 8 feet. So I've never experienced this one, but this looks kind of Italian to me. It's an arb, but it's soft, it's fun, but it sort of has a blue tinge. And I've got an Italian garden that I'll show you later on that I want some more evergreen. Perfect. Look at that price. Cost me $8. Awesome. Okay, and I've got 2 evergreens here that are pretty sizable, and as you can see, if I had to pay that price and I wanted 20 of those, that's a big price. So, but they're nice size. So evergreens are good to get at a discount because, as you can see, each plant, especially this size, is very expensive. The Green Mountain, I'm not sure. I don't think it gets too big. It's a zone 5, so I don't have to baby this. I don't like to baby plants, so they've got to be 6 and higher, or 6 and lower, I should say. 6, 5, 4, any of those. This says 5 feet by 2 feet, but you can manage it by just trimming and clipping. But I will talk to you more about getting more evergreens, because in the wintertime is when you can really see what is left in your garden to show. Evergreen, 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 and then okay. And last but not least, I got 3 of these, which I have never experienced coral bell because I didn't know. It says perennial, but some things are kind of weak in our area, zone 7. So coral bell, it says deer resistant, so that's great. And it says 20 to 30 negative. We never get that. So I don't really, it doesn't say zone, which is kind of annoying, but I'd have to look that up, but I don't think zone 7 goes below probably 0 is what I've ever seen. So this is great. I mean, we've never been negative 20, so I'm going to try it and see how it works. I do believe these go back like perennials do. They go back to the ground. You cut it back. Well, look at it though. It still looks beautiful. But I will cut it back. I'll show you where I'm going to plant it. Next year, we'll see it come back out and see how it works. So if you are not going to deal with them right now, and a lot of times if there's a impulse buy, you want to make sure you put them in a corner that they are sheltered until you can get to them, put them in the ground. And you can actually, in my zone, and you can check your own zone out, as long as you can work the soil, you can get them in. And it's better to get them in the ground than keep them in their containers. But don't be impulsive to where you haven't really thought it out. But you know, we'll start talking about how you keep things in mind so that when you see a bargain, you go, wow, I've been looking for boxwoods, get them, and then you be ready for it. But if you get too impulsive, then you'll be like, where is it going to go, and how am I going to deal with it? Maybe a waste. In order for you not to bend over too much while you're doing a project, find a table that you can use. I'm using my jacuzzi outside, and it's a great height for me to start pruning this plant. It'll save you a lot of bending over if you do this part of the project before you put it in. Less bending, less time on the ground. So first I'll fluff it, look for any disease, bugs that I don't want in my garden. In this video, I'm going to show you what you need to do once you bring your plants home. You want to make sure that you look through to make sure there's no bugs that you want in your garden, and also no disease. I'm going to clip everything that I don't like in it. And also, you want to get a place where you can be up high so that you don't have to bend over. Once you get this plant down, it's going to go in, it's going to be quick, and there's not going to be a lot of bending. So let's get most of the work done right now. Wow, now look at these shrubs. Don't these look great? Okay, we've trimmed them up. We've got any bugs we found. I did find a slug on my euonymus. It had the most damage. I took out any leaf that looked like it had holes, and what did I find? Right in the back, I found a slug. So you want to make sure you look thoroughly over your plants, or you'll be bringing bugs into your garden that you don't want. I kind of made sure I fluff their leaves, because you'll be surprised. Sometimes something will fall out that you don't want to take into your garden. But they look pretty good. And now all we have to do is find a spot for them. All right, make sure you have your gloves, and make sure definitely you have your phone in your pocket. And always bring a drink and go ahead and take a sip. Now we're going to work with something new. We have your kneeling pads and your step stools
Those will help you to keep the weight off your knees. And it'll also get your hands free so you can get that plant in the ground. This really helps to get that dirt in. You've got 2 hands available, and it makes it easy to get up too when you're done. Now we're going to water, and don't forget to make your area neat. We have 2 plants in, the Golden Euonymus and Mr. Bowling Ball. Now let's go to the next part of the garden. We're going to put in the Green Mountain Boxwood. The step stool is a great way to get your hands free and to take that weight off your knees. It helps you to get up too. We got the coral berry in. We got the Green Mountain Boxwood, the second one in. And look how many rocks came out of this garden.
Whew, we made it. All right, so now I want you to go get a drink. Hydrate now and relax. We did a good job, and we're gonna do it again. We're gonna do a little bit at a time each day. I want you to keep moving, keep gardening, and I'll see you next time.